Hey y'all. So I'm outside because it is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. I got my shoulders out, my toes are outside breathing. So I am excited and happy. And so, yeah, thanks for joining in. And so today I'm going to talk about invalidators, gaslighters, and apologists. And the reason why I put all these three together is that they have one big thing in common, which is making you question your reality. So, so I'm going to get into it. We're going to do it one by one. The invalidator. So something that I have noticed that I can share with you about the person who invalidates you, this is a person that, they just don't really understand you completely. Like, they don't understand your hurt. They don't understand whatever trauma you might have faced, or they just really don't understand, like, just your logic behind whatever is motivating you to go, whether it be something that's more emotional, or if it's just objectively like, I don't need to be here. Whatever your reasons are, they're not the person who understands you. Whether or not they want to or they're trying to, debatable, but they don't understand you because overall they have not reached the same conclusion as you have, where they feel like, it was worth just stepping out, right? So something that I've noticed about, the invalidators is that they are the ones that will remind you of the good, right? The good things that happen, the stuff that, the good times, the stuff that's not so shifty and weird and whatever. And I have this comparison about, just like cult experiences. And so I've spoken to people like on a more micro level, or just even some of the things that I send through my mailing list, where I compare this actually to a cocktail, right? A cocktail drink. And so I don't really drink as much now, or I can't even remember the last time I picked up a drink. But whenever I would go out to eat or whatever, I like to get me just a little nice glass of something, and it was always some sort of mixed drink. I'm not a hardcore liquor person. I want to enjoy what I drink, right? I want to enjoy what I eat. I want to enjoy what I drink. So I like cocktails and margaritas and sangrias, all those nice things, right? And why? Because I like the sugar, right? Like, yeah, I like the alcohol's cool, but like, I like the nice flavors of these drinks, right? But I can't just because it's a cocktail and it has alcohol content, does that now mean that because it's tasty that I could just keep throwing them back? No, because all that alcohol content is not going to be good for my body. I'm going to, first, I'm probably going to try and like go down the stairs and then trip. I'm going to miss a step somewhere. Then, it might be over for me because I'm kind of small and brittle anyway. But then, or, I end up with a hangover, or like, like, saying the effects of excessive alcohol, right? So I compare cults like that, right? It tastes good, but it ain't really good, and all that sugar and all the stuff that you really like is just masking everything. And so a lot of people, the invalidators, get so hyper focused on the good taste and the sugar that they're not able to recognize, oh snap, like this guy, there's also like vodka in here, or there's like some, I don't know, we got Henny up in here, like, like there's stuff as the base. So they're going to try and say like, well, it can't be all bad, and is it whatever? And it's just like, okay, yeah, true, like, okay, I do believe that there's some good, genuine people and all that stuff, and that's not the issue that I'm taking with this. It's like, it's the system itself. So some people will kind of try to make you feel like, okay, basically in a way that you're bugging a little bit, or like, do you need to throw maybe you don't need to throw out away everything. So yeah, hopefully that made sense, and that analogy makes sense to you. Now the gaslighter is more rough in approach. They're not necessarily going to try and make you think about the good times, but they're going to make you feel like you went too far, you took it, you like, it's too deep, right? They'll hit you with the, oh man, like, well, if it was so bad, then you could have done this and you could have done that, and oh no, you just being emotional. They're gonna try and throw it back at you and make you feel like you were the problem, as opposed to how about giving the accountability to who it actually belongs to. So they're the ones that will be very, very quick to accuse you, or they might, and I'm gonna try to explain this as best as I can. It's like, they might preface what they're saying with oh well, I'm so sorry that happened to you, but dot dot dot. So I don't know how, like, what we want to call that, but they're like, that's also an approach of a gaslighter, where it's like they're false apologizing. It's just like, man, you don't get up out my face, bro. But anyways, so yeah, that is also a person that you have to look out for. And then the apologists, which is like, oh, they're my favorite. And I don't really know why. I guess I don't know if I get a kick out of identifying them or what. But the apologist, anyway, is oh my goodness, the glare. Okay, the apologist is the person that I kind of think of as like the PR marketing team, right? They're the ones who, like, if they know that you're headed out the door and like you've begun to speak to people about it, or maybe you even did what I did and you decide to go online and tell your story, or whatever, they're the ones who are very quick to give you a call, shoot you a text, comment on your stuff, and again, they're going to say sorry, and they're going to have this very sympathetic approach, but really they're going to also say things to you like, oh well, so sorry that this has happened. There's been a whole lot of change, or yeah, this has been an issue, but this and that talk is happening as we speak. So they're just gonna tell you these things, and this is going to make you think to yourself, oh well, maybe they are taking this seriously, maybe they are getting self-reflective, maybe I don't have to go. And the thing is that people who pick up and go don't, like, when you've come to a point where you want to pick up and go, but it's not really because you wanted to. It was because you saw there were just numerous red flags, and that lets you know, oh snap, oh baby, I don't need to be here no more. So you know what I mean? Like, so we're not really a people who were looking to get up and go originally. Sometimes life circumstances happen, and so if you're moving or whatever, yeah, you'll naturally leave because of that, but you never really planned to just like not be a member. It was until you saw this place ain't right, or you didn't feel good about it, that you're deciding to dip off. So you have to be aware of the apologist, because once again, the sympathy card is one of the biggest tactics that they will use to either bring you back in, or at the very least have you stay quiet, because that's what they don't want you to do. Like, they don't want you to keep they don't want you to spread your story or spread awareness, because what that's going to do is now make other members that are still there begin to ask questions and think, and then, so really it's the let's put out this fire. That's the whole goal. And so my recommendation when it comes to dealing with any of these groups is really, I wouldn't waste my time talking to them. Again, I'm not saying that one cannot be convinced, but if you choose to have a conversation, I would not, this sounds a bit pessimistic, but I wouldn't have too much high of an expectation that somebody was actually willing to hear you. Again, I'm not saying that there's a 0% chance, but what I am saying is that should you have any of these conversations with any of these people, be firm. But I would probably not, because, especially not with the apologists, because again, that is the PR team. That is the PR person. And what they want to do is, get close to you, get some intel from you, bring it back to the leadership table, or to whatever table they need to bring it to, so that they can figure out what they can do to kind of silence this if this comes again, or even do some of that performative stuff like I mentioned before. What can they do to present it? What optics can they use to present it to make you think that there has really been some progressive change happening, and that you would not be, that no one else would be the next person to bring about this sort of argument or reason as for why you don't want to be there anymore. So that's my recommendation to you. Motivations for why they do these things, I'm not going to pretend to know everything, but I know that for me, when I was part of the organization that I was in, it feels good to be told that you're doing well, to be praised. And so I know for me, I liked the validation, I liked the pats on the back. And so there are some folks that are just really so enmeshed, and they have attached and bonded to the cult so much that whether they're getting paid or not, they're going to naturally do this. I know of people where I'm just like, yo, like, you're not even getting a paycheck, but you working harder than some of these other folks. It's just like they're getting free labor out of you, homeboy. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, so that's one big thing that I could possibly think of why anyone would be in any of those categories. There's usually some benefit that they get, or some sort of thing that they're looking forward to if they were to go and cape for the organization like this. But anyways, I'm not here so much to get into the psychology of why they do what they do. I'm more so trying to prep you, the person who is trying to leave, on like how to kind of manage and figure out, what do I do if I come across a person who falls into these categories. So yeah, that is it. This is the final video, as far as I know, in regards to the people that you will encounter on your way out. And so, we're gonna be talking about some great things further ahead about how we move from that chapter to now focusing on you, your goals, what you're looking forward to, how you'd like to even continue your journey and faith with the Lord. How can you possibly heal from all that stuff? So I'm excited to talk about that stuff. But oh my goodness, the sun. Okay, let me just start moving. Yeah, so I'm really excited to start talking about that stuff. But I did want to make sure that I was being thorough and letting you know the things that you could expect on your way out, so that you're not you know, caught off guard, and that you are equipped with the things that you need. So per usual, give me any questions that you have. Info is in the description box. But yeah, I would love emails, comments. I love to hear it all, any feedback you have. I'd like to support you, of course, in any way that I can. So I'll catch you on the next videos, and bye. Take care. Hopefully wherever you're watching from is also very, very sunny and beautiful, and your toes can breathe just like mine. Bye.